Welcome from my side. I will present today our work, comma-separated vulnerabilities, detecting formula injection in the wild, which was joint work with my colleagues from TU Braunschweig. And to set the stage, I want to start with a small motivation. So, tabular data rules the world. They are part of many different industries. So, for example, HR, where you have records of patients, or of employees, or at hospitals, where you have record of patients. So, these tabular data often contain sensitive information. Furthermore, these tabular data often contain user-controlled data. For example, if you think about a booking system or an online shop, where you put in your username, your address, and stuff like that. And furthermore, they are often, or they are part of very different workflows. So, for example, scheduled reports or API requests and responses. But the question is, how are these data exchanged? And there are different ways. For example, like here, sending them via an email, or you have a web application where one inserts data and another one exports this data afterwards. And now the question is how to exchange these data. And European, or the official portal for European data, suggests that, or says that most used format for this is CSV to exchange tabular data. The UK government says that to publish tabular data, you should use CSV files. And also libraries say to use CSV files if you want to publish your research data, for example. And that maximizes the potential to use them across different software packages. So often these tabular data are exchanged via CSV files. Now the question is, how are these data viewed? And the most common way is to use a spreadsheet application, like in this example Excel, with a table about common literature and a column with a customer who bought these books. But we have more ways to view this data, for example, with a bar chart where we see the amount of books with a different genre, or a pie chart where we see the proportions with this genre of books. But now that we know there are user-controlled data in it and they are often exchanged, the question is, are there some security issues? I think initially we would think about something like SQL injection or cross-site scripting, which are both not the case. But are we secure in this case? And I wouldn't stand here if we are secure in this case. And that brings me to formulas. So formulas perform calculations or manipulate data within cells. And these are available across all typical spreadsheet applications. So typical formulas are count, sum, or average to aggregate data, or concat, lower, and upper for text processing, or even more advanced formulas like web service or image to load external resources. And with this in mind, we see that our viewer is not only a viewer, but also an execution engine. So in this case, as German love taxes, we have a column with a text, and we have a formula, which is a little bit complicated, or a little bit advanced, with an if clause that we check the text is 16% if the book is bought before 2021, and 90% if it's bought after 2021. So we can put some logic inside of these formulas. But not only text processing or calculation, like in this case, we also can add external resources. Like in this example, we add the cover of the books to our table. And this is again done by a formula, in this case with this image formula, where you insert a URL and then the spreadsheet application will load this resource and render it inside of your table. So with this information, we now have the following attack scenario. We have an attacker that tries to insert data in a web application. And on the other side, we have an employee or a user of this web application that exports this data later on. This could be days, weeks, or even years later. And then opens this export with a spreadsheet application, for example, Excel. And Excel will interpret this data and may execute some logic. One step back, some facts about CSV. So CSV files are a plain text format, like you can see here, with a header column, which describes the different, with a header row, which describes the different columns. Each line represents a single entry of a table, and the single values are separated by a comma, therefore the name comma-separated values. And we can also have formulas inside of this CSV files, and that's the interesting part. So we search for more formulas that can be used in an attacker perspective. And there are, for example, this web service URL you can use to load external resources, or the image formula you already saw to load images. And with these two formulas, we now have the chance to exfiltrate data. Like you can see here, when we append cell values to our URL. So in this case, the cell value of A1 is appended to the URL, and when the request is done, the value of cell 1 will be sent to the server. So if the attacker has control about the server, then he can now exfiltrate data and read them if the formula gets executed. But there is one more formula that sounds interesting. It's the command formula, which is a little bit weird because you can execute commands out of Excel. And this is only the case for Excel, so only Microsoft supports this. And even more weird, it's not part of the official documentation, but the formula works quite well. But the problem for this exfiltration of data is that it's hard to put every cell in the URL to exfiltrate this data. So we searched for a more efficient way, and we came up with this concat formula you can use to concat ranges of data. So in this example, we concat the values of A1 until B3, and then we get a concatenated string out of these values. So this brings us to our full attack scenario, where an attacker tries to insert this image formula, maybe as part of his username, and exfiltrates, in this case, all data from cell A1 until Z100. And later on, another person exports these data, and when it's open in Excel, then with the image request, also the data will be sent to our attacker. So we analyzed the different spreadsheet behavior. What are they executed if they open such CSV files? And therefore, we investigated 8 spreadsheet vendors with Microsoft in 2 versions, because Excel is online and offline. And all in all, we had 3 online versions and 7 offline versions. And our first question was to look which support this concatenation of ranges, because then it's much easier to exfiltrate a lot of data, because in an attacker perspective, we don't know where the values are written or where the values in the table are. There isn't interesting ones. And concatenation of ranges are supported by most of them, except OpenOffice and Airtable, where you can only concatenate single strings or single cells, but not ranges of cells. Next, we investigate if it's possible to execute web requests in a semi-automatically way. Means you don't have to interact directly with the cell, so you only have to maybe accept a warning that the formula is executed. And third, we investigate the code execution, which is only possible for the offline version of Excel, and it's only possible for Windows and not for Apple, because it depends on some system features of Windows. So all of these experiments we have done with Apple and Windows to look if or to investigate the behavior of the spreadsheet applications. So how do the warnings look like when we try to execute such files by opening? So LibreOffice clearly mentions that there is a security warning, but the message is not that descriptive. With automatic update of external links has been disabled, allow updating, doesn't sound like we load external stuff when we allow this updating. Microsoft is there more specific, so they say there is also a potential security concern. If you enable this formula, you receive content from the web, and you should trust the source of this file when you try to execute the formula. And OpenOffice is not that good in the warnings, so there you get 2 warnings. The first one, when you open the CSV file with update all links, don't know what this should mean. And the second one is this file contains links to other files. Should they be updated? Which also doesn't sound like we load remote stuff in our table. And all of them only mention that maybe you load data, but none of them say you send maybe data. So the exfiltration is not part of these warnings. But now the question is, does this already happen? And the answer is yes, there are a few or a lot of CVEs. So for example, Workday had some CVE where a low privileged user could add formulas in the contact form field, or also IBM had such an issue when a remote attacker could then execute arbitrary commands on the system via this Excel formula. And also SAP had a CVE where an authorized user can inject arbitrary Excel formulas. And once the victim opens the downloaded Excel document, the formula will be executed, and that fits perfectly for our use case scenario. So now the question was, how can we find these automatically? And therefore, we have to understand the attack in detail. And it consists of two phases. The first one is this insert phase, where an attacker tries to insert stuff into a web application. And the second one is this export phase, where the employee tries to export, for example, purchases or stuff like that, and opens them later on. So our prototype has to support these two phases. And therefore, we implemented CSVScan, which is a Java-based tool using WOOT as a framework to do a data flow analysis to find these vulnerabilities. And in the first phase, we analyze the application and search for sources with user-controlled input that is written to the database. For example, if you have an API or form fields or stuff like that, where users can enter their data. And if you find such flaws, we store the information about these user-controlled entities that are in the application and use them for our second phase, where we search for these entities that are read from the database and later on written to a CSV file. And if we find such cases, then we have an end-to-end flow of user-controlled input inserted into the application and later on written to a CSV file. To better illustrate this, I have an example of an application. So here you can see the code of ShopMe. And this is the first phase, where we see this customer object that contains username, address, and stuff like that, which is later on written into the database with this customer repo object. And then we have the second phase. And here we can see that all customers are loaded from the database, and then later on in line 11, written to a CSV file line by line with this for loop. So to evaluate if we can find such flows automatically, we've done a study and therefore search on GitHub for user repositories containing Java applications that use a CSV library to maintain CSV functionality. So we search for Apache Common CSV, Fast CSV, Open CSV, and Super CSV, and found 156 repositories. Then we investigated all of them manually and removed all that only contain a bunch of scripts or tutorials or stuff like that. At the end, we had 107 real applications, and out of them, we were able to build 66 successfully. Out of these 66 applications, we successfully analyzed 45 and find in 8 applications an end-to-end flow. Then we manually investigated these 8 applications if they are vulnerable. So we can see there are often multiple flows of user-controlled data into the database, but mostly only one flow of this user-controlled data into a CSV file, which is some export functionality. And 4 of them are vulnerable under our scenario. 3 of them are not vulnerable because there are no different user roles, so it is not possible for a lower privileged user to insert some formulas and exfiltrate data of a higher privileged user. And 1 application only allows to inject numbers, and therefore it's not possible to inject formulas. Lastly, we investigate if there are some protection mechanism against it. So as previously mentioned, the 4 libraries, we investigated for some protection mechanism, and surprisingly there are none. And here you see how such mitigation could look like. This is if you open a CSV file in Google Spreadsheets, then there is this leading apostrophe to escape the formulas, and therefore Google Spreadsheets will not execute this formula. And with this, I want to summarize my talk that CSV files are only plain text, but spreadsheet apps aren't only viewers. The files are self-generated in our scenario, so therefore we consider them as trustworthy. The warnings are a little bit unclear, which might have a risk that they are only skipped, and especially because the files are trustworthy. So if I generate a file on my own, then maybe I will skip the warning. And the libraries are unprotected or have no mechanisms to mitigate this vulnerability, and this shifts the burden to the app developer to mitigate this vulnerability. And with this, I thank you for listening, and I'm ready for questions.